Mame fa say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV de osia dem yopo.
Atwafonya tifo me ma obi bia akwaba eba PENDREAM TV. Lesson Alisa ene kotu usudi se obi atudwa me pesa ba jebre na waka me na ati omonsam no enchim. So subscribe ya mata so be me subscribe button no click bell notification icon no. Dawari nche e wo comment section. Share jumade no ma afoforo ensa enkabi. Kamehoneti and some Kufiusu and Nelson Alisa Edia.
Senior political analyst, you're Alista Tyro Nelson, and Tyro, I mean, I'm Rauswe on the BOG headquarters, senior political analyst,
Deputy CEO of the Airwaves,
Deputy
CEO of the Airwaves in defense of government policy without salary. He knows himself. I'm sure he's listening at home. Third party. CEO say, Fremont Paris, ne papa. Mo frère ba ko no say. CEO say bonso. Ne papa. Antonio say koto ne papa na America na asem no. The Nansan Abola minister friends. Yes, on so ne papa asem na America no. He was our first governor. Kroboy do say and they introduce ni to Nkrumah. By the time Nkrumah was leaving power, Cocoa Estates, now ESC, Kumasi, there were 100 of them. CEO say he owned 91, and Krobodu say owned 9 of them. JNK Taylor Assets Commission. Go and check.
See, Ofraja, see, this man must be chased
he knew what he was coming to do before he came. You know, he worked at Solomon Brothers before he came to Accra. He knew what he came to do when he decided to go and borrow Kenny Gadget's father's money. They didn't pay the old man before they died. Set up data bank in Accra. Always praying. They were scheming. Or no Bible or Beka, verse no Beka. No. Even the Pope in recent times will not pick that Bible verse to talk to the whole world. By the time we Beka Bible now, you're born near what Dino. Me say oti achi say odi uti. Eko shejem. Any year who no. No. 26.1 million. Is it 261 million? Let's look at the alternative uses of the money. School under trees. How many of them can we take? Now we have about 1,600 or 1,800. And it costs about 18 million Ghana cedis to just build 6 units with all the facilities and teachers' bungalows. So how many of them were we going to take out? I'm asking you, over hundreds of them. We refuse to use the opportunity to give the rural people, those who grow the cocoa, those where we find the minerals, those where our resources are. We refuse to send the money back and investment back to them. And that is where we are. So when I talk about schools under trees, then I talk about Agenda 111 hospitals or even our CHIPS compounds. Look at the many CHIPS compounds across that need finishing. 261 million. Do you know what it could have done for CHIPS compound? Even your Agenda 111. It could have finished 15 solid hospitals, brand new, with everything inside, so that we can take on our nurses. We missed the opportunity. Look at the state of our roads. The state of our roads. You understand what I'm saying? Kwame Nkrumah free power, no. You see, Sikana Edema, no. Why then? Well, this Sikano. We saw the money in investments. No, this Sikano. 43 brand new secondary schools. Our roads, our communities he built. You understand? The hospitals he gave out. Yes, motorway is still there. The companies he built. Some of them we sold, yes. But you could see that the money given to him, there were investments to show. What did you do with the money? During Achampon's time, Achampon had a problem with the international finance partners because he said he would not pay the loans that Buze had gone for, the loans repudiation, the entire policy of Achampon. So he could not get cash. He had to use the central bank to finance most of the things he did. Operation Feed Yourself will be a one CD. Broni be a Ghana need 1 CD to support Operation Feed Yourself. It came from internal. Go and find out what Achampon did in his time. Dansuman, do you know what happened? When it got to the time we had to use money to buy the foreign components, say better that Douani Adia Yenye bi wahano. It took DK Poison's money that he had gone to fight boxing. Sika Unyaye, the government had to acquiesce it, give him somewhere to stay, and use the money to buy the foreign components we needed to complete that Soman and sell under State Housing Corporation. At the time, Charlie Nyansa, the Nyansa Nebu, my cocoa, he used BOG to buy our cocoa because at the time we didn't have a syndicated loan. Into Mama or cheat. Then it's sponsored by the Bank of Ghana. The cocoa no corner sikane bar. You go with your cheat to your shed and then you go and take your money. They used the central bank at the time to even our gold. Achampon nationalized our gold mines. So he used the gold to back our currency. Despite the fact that we were having problems with the international finance organizations, our currency, go and check, it was strong under Kutu Achampon. The least it went was 2 cedis 75 pesos. New Ghana cedi at the time. To a pound under Achampon. Go and check, the currency was strong. To nationalize our gold mines and use the gold to back the currency. And he had people to advise him, Dr. Gardner and co, to advise him on economic policy on our way forward. Today, look at the Bank of Ghana. What are they doing with our gold? Gold for oil. Gold, oil. The central bank cannot sponsor what we call investments into our oil sector to connect the oil to our refinery in Tema, so that we downstream will produce our engine oil, produce all residual fuel and sell to the international market. The Bank of Ghana cannot do that investment. We have to bring somebody from outside. What are they doing there? I say sack them. If you come to my area, their residence is there, Bankotes. Nip obian them, obian daisi wakake, and obian them. They are wasteful organization. Me that dampo me mpo mo asemi uso big ye juma okra no ye me time because you see kasem nko ye and no mo ye tuo mo ka go and check their salary. Go and check their salary. Close that place down. It is not effective. It is not producing anything for this nation. But I this year needs to say the central bank in the Bayano. Look at where we stand when it comes to our finances. I'm asking you.
The critical staff there.
What critical staff? What do they know? Don't say what is critical staff. They are political appointed staff. Don't say critical. What technical knowledge have they brought there to sustain the currency? Say Governor Nkrumah na muso technical na muabia. What are you also doing to help the place?
Critical staff na.
Say they should all go. Bank of Ghana there. They take our coins from region to region, no more distribute. They don't do anything about our money. I'm telling you. Some of them they don't even understand monetary policy. Me, I majored in economics. When you talk about currency, you need an effective production and distribution system in order to sustain your currency. The Bank of Ghana is not involved in production. Are they supporting industry? Mr. Kumsin, are they supporting industry? Are they supporting distribution? Look at our roads. Look at the state of our roads.
Ordinary staff. No,
I'm saying the central bank, they are not doing their work. So the currency is not working.
It's at the top there.
You know, you sack them.
The top people
close down the central bank for 6 months.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Why? What is it? No. Why should I keep you there? What is your use? If you cannot help people to grow, indigenous people to grow our banking system, 11.1
$11 million.
That money could renovate the Winneba Sports College and make sure sports will never suffer in sports again. 11.1 million. But you may renovate Winneba Sports College to put our young boys under 14, under 17. If we want to see football grow, other sports grow, we can invest that money into that Winneba Sports College, and we'll see the returns it to bring to the nation. It's 52 million. Yes, Kudus is about how much? 38 million. Just 2 footballers put together. And your nation has not invested in sports to that extent. They have money to go and buy furniture. I'm telling you, wasteful venture. Because at some point, how do you use 8.6 million for ICT? And then recently, Ghana Water Company, I would say almost technology and innovation unit. Ghana Water. Yes, Ghana Water. Almost system information was in you cannot go and audit them for anything under Afenyo Markins board chairmanship. What is ICT? What is ICT for Bank of Ghana? 8.6 million. But in the end, you collapse the ICT center and tell me that Bank of Ghana boka. The same thing ECG. The IT department. So much USICA. The IT department, they sent to them, so they collapsed the place. They brought an external IT person to superimpose itself on ECG and take money from them as a payment. Baby, your mind do me. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, baby, your mind do no. Kai, as I see a sorry waka, we can rectify these things. We can Mr. Kumsi. Let me learn.
This government has a responsibility.
Yes.
You see, but we are talking yes. But the thing is that who should take them on?
That is why they said.
Who should take who on?
What you are saying is the Bank of Ghana.
But the government has a responsibility. A new government has come. Johnson Esiama has been there before. So the rubbish that NS brought and the SADC has come to put there, Johnson Esiama must be able to clear it and clear it efficiently. I'm saying go back to 2001 when J. Kufuor came and look at those people you have brought into the bank. Go and check them. And go and check their now who you need the free memoir. How difficult is it? KPI simple. Their output over the years. Almost buy a car. In Fasobia, we are keeping them there. Sack them. All their buildings, some buildings there were around the country, meaning they don't sleep in it. Yes, some more allowance after they have built those ones. Yes, you see senior officers staying somewhere. Now they in the hall. No be that. Can they see first light on your baby in that? Now they see first light to our bank test. And then to obiantim. What are we talking about? Can't we match our needs as a people? So me, I've said it. Central Bank on politically, we said we will allow the Bank of Ghana to be independent to pick its own governor over the years. We have not been able to do it. Currently, semi-autonomous. So the government still pays the governor. So, of our me patrol, the other kind of say 1 year money. Me, I disagree with John Mahama when he says that he will not allow the governor to print extra currency in the system. Yes, there's a good of it and there's a bad of it. You can print currency and invest properly into a certain financial cycle to bear fruit. When the fruit returns, you send it back to the central bank to cover up for your printing so that inflation will not go up.
You are printing currency for what?
You can do so many things with it.
Currency that you have.
You can use it to pay for your internal bills. You have roads to construct. You have things to do.
No,
Mr. What are you saying?
No, listen. You know that you said you did economics. If you print this paper, ordinary paper, you put these pictures and a lot of them, you put them out there. What are you doing?
I will use. That's what I'm saying. That
inflation?
No, you deliberately direct that investment you are talking about.
What is important?
You directly that money you are talking about that you say is a loss. How is it a loss? Invest it in your road sector. Put tolls on your road, and collect the money back to the central bank.
And then
you understand? Set up agribusiness factories. Use the central bank to set up factories and call Alomaso. He's into timber, so let him set up with some engineers to go into timber processing. Give him money. That's what Japan did.
But not to print paper.
You. That's what I'm saying. You invest it into a proper financial cycle to bear fruit. You do it, Japan, Toshiba, a group of young people who came from the university, and the state decided to use the central bank to support their activities. They gave the company to them at $1. Today, look at Toshiba. We can do it here. The central bank, I'm saying, is not innovative. It's not innovative. There are people who have studied economics to PhD level, and they don't know that theoretically what is written on paper in economics is different from what happens on a day-to-day basis. Yet they are working at the central bank. What do you expect? Our money will not grow. Look at your gold. You are taking 3% of what you have. 9%. Yes. You are not using the gold to back your currency. How do you expect your currency to grow? You have oil, an oil-producing country. Yet every morning you have to raise money to go and buy crude oil to come and look at it. So where is your crude oil that you have? I'm saying we have missed the opportunity.
That's the problem.
Now fishing trawlers have come from China. They are always on our seas. They are taking the fish. Tomatoes crying to me, baby. She say, Burkina. Banchi cry the free Abidjan. And near their Bagana, see Abidjan Banchino, a sauce in Ghana, they are near the wolf for near the. What are we doing to ourselves?
Fair,
yes. Yes.
Fair, what's the beefy?
Say, let's close. Some comes from Uganda. Uganda. That be Uganda market. It's Bank of Ghana and the studies, send your Yekano. SSC by now, he should be in prison. Deliberately, he has come from 2018. While boy, a casa, you would do this kind of year. You see him in a new car, you see him in a new house, his salary is always increasing, yet there is no work he has done to improve the value of the currency. You have a parallel currency of 5 CD running on the system. Why? Because Bakono president brother and a printing into no common thing and no printing no diabetum. What are we talking about? Look, we have to look sharp. We didn't just win the elections to come and sit down and then let people come and say that we are not doing anything. No, that's anything that many know. There are a lot of things. Yes, I agree with you. Yes, we traveled outside Accra to go and convince people to vote for JM and that we could change this country. So we must change it. I'm expecting Johnson and Siama to have a radical approach at the Bank of Ghana. He should not do business as usual. We will not get results. He must find ways in which the central bank can get access to our gold first through the Precious Minerals Marketing Board and buy our gold first to the central bank to support our currency.
That is why we have the cocoa board now.
No, the gold board. Yes, they must work in tandem with the Bank of Ghana to secure that one. Our oil. first off-taker must be Ghana. Our oil must be processed here. Why do we have refineries here and then we take crude oil to IFA? Let's find a way. We have to test majority. Let's go to parliament and change all those things. Other than that, what is life about? You better not mind. You see, your gold, your diamond. We boast about what we have, human resource. Now they be accommodating. Biti akra one city in bottom. Na play central bank wa boka. Odi 260. E dine one. E dine yanko tremu. Chale obi a oni baby da bia no. Monday muma yanko ni enfa yanyema. Ni yanko tremu ni endem because the old bank at Accra and say so we omu to free me catch Nkrumah na won kra nya mi mani yo adede ko ye oga. Ke amefa bank mi no nya wa mi because the people in Accra they don't have housing. Go and check, that's where I come from. So if they leave that bank omu free up Nkrumah go them because then the better why then me be say the better some say monpe Nkrumah no come me ke nya mega me come move your Bank of Ghana no nya ya atwe me nya wa ageme what was shiponi gama shipon gama no ni wo shiponi na ke ma sika na ema ne bia na ka sumo otwe do wo sumo otwe nya sura me shipon no nya ko atwe. That is what to do. Me conquer or me this week I'll go to Accra. I know what I'll go and do there. Not for money cheap, not for money no mu na mu to see. Yeah, Kasapa is what are we talking about? Many brother pay pa. Sir governor, no, we have to bring him to justice. Me have said it. Look, he's part of the team, the Kenofriata team, who schemed when we were in opposition to come and superimpose themselves on our economy and bring us to our knees as we are now. Kelly Gajepo led the charge. Reverend Obama Tete Sokaon, Albert and Comfortokran, almost sorry, I know more road show. You fee grants, you see them and Stadison. Then the two lawyers at Data Bank, they all joined the fray and entered the economy. They're on boards, they're on SIC boards, they're on financial boards, Ghana Commercial Bank, ADB, Bank of Ghana boards, and they were there. What to do? What do you call the place? The other place? Securities agencies. They came to superimpose. They knew what they wanted. Say some Saka de Omupeu. Mujaamwa. Ombe Johnny Ken is on the run. He will never return to Ghana again. Obeba.
Through his lawyers.
Do you know why? Because you called him a fugitive and he didn't want you to continue to call him a fugitive because you're not going to come. Into my date. Abema Obuato May or the back of December, not Saturday wako May, not Saturday wako December. You watch whether he will come here. He knows. You think he didn't know what he was doing? He didn't know. Me can obi say me ngedi na aku what friend is saying. Said in that you know JM akoti naba and okakoti Kenofriata ba. No two things over there. Look, Unya and American, the water is possible to get to Tema into your home, and I want to see it that it comes. Economic dialogue. Unya, Nkrumah yekasadudo. It's not to free ourselves. Was this economic dialogue? To which end? Was it going to seek our economic freedom forever? Were we going to take decisions from this economic dialogue that from tomorrow going, we'll be able to produce our own things from inside here and depend on it, use it for ourselves, create food, put it on our table, grow our own food and eat it? Can we be able to, our own clothing? We are talking about Ghana man. After Ghana man, nothing else. Can we wear our clothing 12 months in a year, 7 days in a week? African clothing, our Ghanaian clothing. Can we do it? Shelter. Can we reduce the cost of shelter in this country? Can we provide more housing for people to sleep in? Can we do it as a nation? Those things, they are questions that are beckoning action. We want to see action that will resolve these things. If food costs go down, clothing costs, transportation costs, shelter costs go down, workers will not agitate for anything. No, it will be smooth. Salary increment will come with it will come with smoothness. But look at where we are currently as a nation. Every time we go and meet, they say experts. Me, I majored in economics and I stopped at the first degree level because when I read deep into the subject, I saw that it was too theoretical to solve our problems when it came to real life experiences. Take for instance, in the morning, you want to eat cocoa. I want to eat kenke. Somebody wants to eat wache. Somebody again wants to eat fufu. And in economics, they say, oh, you measure the utility. Then they check expenditure and costs and other things. Your taste is what determines your money, how you spend it, your taste. So how do you manage your taste? How do you manage your taste? Can an economic theory manage or control your taste? I'm asking you. So economic in the classroom and in those big halls and those people. Kwame Penny has been around for a long time, for so many years. Go ask him what economic problem he has been able to solve. Go ask him. I'm telling you, monetary policy or what?
I'm talking about
or fiscal policy. Kwame Pieni. He has been around for years. And they there. Isn't Setepe there? Go ask him what practical economic solution he has been able to put across. Economics, like I said, look, it's very difficult to manage it. Very, very difficult. It's not talk in the air-conditioned rooms. They didn't allow some of us to go there to go and ask questions. It's not complete. Others had to get crash. Me, I wanted to go and know how we will use the 2/3 majority that we have to secure our economic independence as a nation. That is what we need. That when we produce gold, we will have the first use of our gold here in this country for whatever we want to do with it. When we produce cocoa, we will have the first use of the cocoa for whatever we want to do with it. That whatever we find here, lithium, we will have the first use for the benefit of our people. What is happening now? Did they talk about going to change the constitution to secure our economic independence? Or still, is that Obika Benkum Jari Nifana Jari? So you run to IMF, you cause problems, you push ghost names on your payroll, Samandin, Nani Panam, no near Juma, near to Yasamaika, Bosumi Biana Samai, or no Jessica, Nani Panam, no near Juma, or near Diano Bedio, ni baby da. And so Samain their payroll, so near Shenu. You are here in this economy. Those loopholes, you don't block it. You go for economic dialogue, it will be empty. If you don't punish people who take our money, one city, auditor general report, VPA, now go for first guys, you go to then, you see Zidio one. Ni some money ko ye juma to the tune of the wafano. Onye sika no man wi ani eja no. Na the nipa be go prison. Ye lose you sika. Na sika no so alternative use e wo ho no. We won't get for to use it for it. Inti I wish them well. I've seen that what we need to do is to integrate the workings in our economy. The ministries, there must be linkages with what we do. You understand? We must be able to coordinate our activities as a single economy and work in tandem with each other. Ube CEO or baby, another CEO or baby. Instead of they working together and coming with innovative ideas to bring an economic proposal that can raise funds to do whatever they do. We camp. How can nations move on like that? Look at Okovanapoy. Dr. Okovanapoy. He still has not been appointed to any position. When he was AMA boss, do you know what he did? He quadrupled the revenue that we're collecting at the AMA. After that, in just 1 year, he did it. That quadrupling of it, he didn't stop there. He again quadrupled what he had quadrupled. So we got 16 times revenue as we were getting when he entered as AMA boss. And look at what he did. He went to America and convinced the American government to be able to release US aid money for us to build our millennium schools. That is innovation. That is thinking in the office. You understand? Bringing economic return through education to your people. You find people big position, you don't know what they are doing. Look, economically, what are we doing with our army? Our security agencies, what are we doing with it? When it comes to food security, I'm asking you, food security, where are the farms? I'm soldier for more food. Maybe some say, "Ne, come up, can the army provide food from their stock for us?" Go to America and go and check. First quality rice, the year one, emono, the Edibako silo, year one, the man soldier for, normally see. Year 2, it goes to a silos. Year 3, it goes to a silo. Year 4, Africa, Comodium, Somalia, and Numuyin family. Yes, they are stored food to that extent. Yet, what are we doing to store food, to even grow food, store some, process some, and use some for the citizens? Well, there's no plan. Then you come to housing too. The cost of housing, block, cement, board, who person will see will die. Why? What is it? Can't we continue doing the temes? Can't we continue doing the dansomans? Can't we continue doing the quadrasos and other things? What is it? Your basic school diner teacher only a housing. There's now there's no housing attached to the schools. JMC obey Sadia Nefro. Look, if you don't get your education right, you never get your economy right. And that's where I'll end my argument on. Check America. Go to Taiwan, the Asian countries. Go to Singapore. I was bringing my book. I left it in a taxi from third world to first world. I bought it yesterday, 120 Ghana. Lee Kuan Yew. Yes, how he struggled through positive, moral, convincing leadership to bring his country out of nothing. They had no natural resources. All they had was, a port that naturally could birth for shipbuilding.
Okay.
And they decided to invest in it. What are we doing with ours? We have talked about our 24-hour economy. When is it coming? The Arab Development Bank has promised to help government to get investments, to get things that will get it get started. They have also, I think, started with a licensing authority for those organizations and companies that want to come in. Yes, we want to join the 24-hour economy. But I want to agree with Mr. Kumsi that individuals who have invested their money in manufacturing, in production, government should have a special incentive for them. Charlie Omo Boka, the private people, do you know how they suffer? They're pilfering and stealing on factory floor. You have products. They lose most of their investments through so many leakages. Yet, look at the taxes on them. Every time they have to go and look for new money and come and invest. Go to the biscuit factories over here. Go and ask them. Go and drinks factory. I'm produce drinks there. Show them how. Bread. Even water. Those producing water. They have to make some of their workers non-permanent in order that they'll be able to meet cost of production. Charlie, let's get real low.
Bro,
and there's a big gap, a very big gap between our rural economies and our urban economy.
Thank you.
We are hewers of wood and drawers of water when it comes to the rural economy. Yen yenko fa cocoa ni mremu, na monko ton, na mu wia mu fasika ni ntra kra cocoa board, na mundi. Yen yenfa gold ni mremu, na monko ton mu wia, mu discard gold board, PMMC. Aha. No more visicano, Mumfamaye, Mumfamba back to a crassy. Yen do, Nienfa Bronum Bremo Accra, Muton ya. You don't bring the investment back through fertilizer and other things so that rural living conditions will also be effective. Ufshe Johnson for Yata, ne papa, 80s numu, or see rural living conditions. No, episode really mine. Same crassy, as it's iodine. Ne ba, ebedi finance minister years honor. Should there why yen crassing. Omukoko sikakrano ye humbe biewo ye de tua koko nika ni aji koko na besia kontana sama education. So what is education services delivery in Ghana? Are we giving our children the best? Look at how the world is catching up on technical and vocational education. Are we there yet? Look at our educational foundations as a people. Go to the public schools, the public primary schools, and go to the public JHS. How are they being managed? How well are they being funded? And look at the quality of the children we turn out there. It's free, everybody enters. So how are we testing them? We are 68 years. We are not competing in turnout. It's a global village. So what quality education are we giving to our children 68 years after independence? Then the quality of our healthcare. Our recent finance minister has run away that there's no hospital to take care of his ailment. Yes, and we are 68 years. Is it true or false? Don't we have some hospitals that can take care of? We have quaternary hospitals. Go to UGMC. They are fourth stage. We have tertiary hospitals. They are third stages. You understand? It is not like 1981 when Rollins hit his school and then he will hear him. 1981. He said Liman had turned our hospitals into graveyards, our clinics into death transit camps where men, children, women die daily because of basic lack of equipment and drugs. And then it is not the situation. Yes, we have something. We can do more. Agenda 111 came in. Instead of wisdom, they decided to use Akpache tricks. You understand? Instead of applying wisdom. Yes, you have 400 million cities. You have $400 million. You want to build 111 hospitals. What do? Why don't you build 20 and complete it? So that your legacy is there. That you also into out of 111, no, where's it 20? Where's Tiaka? Aka 91, Obin Subetuaso. But then you share the money among contractors. Go and look at some of the stages where it is. We can never get money to complete them. Some of them are even in areas where they are competing with parish hospitals. Some of the, mission hospitals. Because there was a policy. I think the JM had that policy that if there's a mission hospital in a certain area, there was no need for government to go in and build a hospital. What you do is that you go into that compound and then give them more facilities to be able to take care of the population that they are doing already. So, when I look at the nation at 68 years, you say me a more our resource wealth, you 2 year gold, you the 3% penny a mine. Act 703, we must use the 2/3 majority at 68 years to abolish Act 703 in our mining laws. A chronodie mra, I did 2 year laws numu. I ne amagalam say say aman Nkrumah say you. You can go and check the effect of that law after it was passed. I'm telling you, I've traveled to rural areas, I've stayed in a rural area before. Yeah, you go to me masasimu. Then pays Act 703 because it's in commercial quantities. Once it is found, government takes over, and then they pay you for what you have on it. they value the plantain in fear to do edi near mouse car say cocoa ne also the near bobo say 30 years to me as high as 10 pesos 10 pesos as high as 10 pesos e be 1 peso for 3 if you are near cocoa ne free so now home farmstead you know ya evaluate near mouse car kitu ebi near the pamo near the machines abesio you don't have knowledge in the mining of the gold, so you are not part of that industry. You are not going to earn. Meanwhile, who assassin? So now, if the Chinese come with geodetic maps and tell me directly that they have located gold on my farm, I should come and tell government in Accra. I'm asking you, should I? I would not. I also cheat because the politicians sit in Accra and steal money, and I'm not afraid. Obiko Yabro there 7 years, at 68 years, or no, the uncle prison, and the politicians to me, yes, cannot move them more. I don't understand why we cannot bring the laws of 1979. You see, that caught up with a champion and co. Though they didn't have the right of defense, we should find something and put it in the constitution to deter people from taking 1 cedi, 1 peso of national funds. Look, I'm telling you, even the independence celebration Muslim articles, do you know what that 1 million Ghana cedis can do for somebody or in some community or in some places? I'm telling you, some places they just need 200,000 Ghana cedis to fix something. Maybe some water system to give the whole community water. You understand? So, like I've said, me, I'm not impressed where we are as a nation. An oil-producing country like Ghana. Look at the Western. Look at Takrade. Maybe show my name. More oil, my sassimu. Why? Don't you know what is happening in Ogoni land? Oil, my sassimu. Na muni shi. Na Nkrumah to oil. No. Let's find a way to have a share in the oil. We have to test majority. Let's go to parliament and cause that we will not take the percentages the oil companies are giving us. Yeah, now we say they were withdrawn in US aid. Now they also say we mean us no cheating. We know they want to make down because it's It's equal and opposite, and it's common sense. Yeah, God will not take 3% again. We'll take 55%. Look, a champion did it. A champion in the 70s. Mubo very intelligent guy.
Alisa, you see the thing is technology. What it yeah say even and then a problem because one say oil say gold but you don't know how to extract this thing.
Oh, we'll buy the technology. Mr. Gumsen, we'll buy
the machine.
Two years near Tuaoka.
Assuming
me kita me bro na me de ba bro machine me de ba machine so na onya me bro ni bia. O fa bro no. O fa bro no me Tuaoka da ma fa me bro de akoye me doc no.
Me play.
No, we will not allow it. They don't allow that. There's gold in America. They don't allow you to come for their gold. They find a way to get it out. They
have the means. They have the technology.
We can borrow it's somewhere. We can buy technology. We can borrow technology.
From where?
Why? Is it not on the international market?
You will pay for it.
We'll pay for it.
In the end,
and we will not lose. When we pay for it and we use it to dig our gold, and the gold is ours, and we are taking the gold to the international market. Remember, we are the second producer. So if our gold is not on the market, there's a big gap. The prices will rise because there will be demand for the gold which is not there. We have it here. Mr. Gumsi, what are we talking about?
We have not planned well. You see, for instance,
that is it.
Remember,
I agree with you if you say we have not planned well.
Nkrumah, why did he build that
refinery?
Silos, no, even cocoa.
Okay, yes, for cocoa. In order to keep the cocoa so that in favorable prices we sell the prices of cocoa.
We haven't prepared, for all these things.
No, now that we are 68 years, we are going to 70. We have to test majority. We should do something. We should shake. No, if you don't do that, we are here complaining that Trump has taken his US aid money. So what? We should take our gold money. Let's take the oil money. Go and renegotiate.
Many ways to
yes, we have to do it.
Look,
we have to test majority. If you don't do it, that's what I've said. That's why I wanted to enter the army when I finished the university. I'm telling you. I am my home team. I'm telling you. How can we give our resources cheaply to these people and go cap in hand in begging them to give us peanuts? That is not helping us to transform our country.
We haven't developed our capacity.
68 years after independence.
You see, no, listen. Say uno bi kwakoku. No one say no say uwe say sa giant there. Say motu me na kwan unless e bia me ya. I say weapon bi na bi sa. No who be anything to fight the guy. So if he will beat you. So what I'm saying is that Trump is doing what he do because Trump he knows that they have the capacity, they have the resources
to do what?
So
America has what? America, they depend on the world. They depend on all of us on the world. Look, I'm telling you, if Trump likes, he should keep his US aid money. Let's all of us withdraw our trade with America. People will run. I'm telling you, who is America? Who is America?
They can survive.
Please,
No.
They can survive what? Please,
But
it's planning that has sent them there. We have failed to plan in these 68 years, and we don't believe in ourselves. Why did we go for independence?
How do you believe in yourself?
Yes, we don't believe in ourselves. Kwame Nkrumah said we can manage our own affairs. Then after a group of people, soldiers, some of them they were carpenters like Ike Kotoka. Some of them they entered as mechanics like J. Nkrumah. Kwame Nkrumah decided to take them to school to make them the officer cadet corps when we got independence. Even look at the police people, JWK Ali and Co, J. Inunu, who were they?
So
he took them. Abroad from Sankrofone to Nkrumah no. Nimpenifo no mo die chiraba no ma show mine no say o mining conform no. Abroad from. And we as this young generation, we cannot continue like that. I'm saying that we have opportunity.
That's the problem, the human resource. So in a way you are even confirming that we lack the capacity to embark on this battle.
We have the capacity. We have intentionally sold our birthright to be where we are. This one is not independence. So you are celebrating dependency. How they have locked you in an international quagmire of who will go to who need technology. How is that possible? Go and chew your technology. I'll keep my gold in my earth. Do that. Me catch it. Me cocoa now never bring it to the international market unless I process it. Why? Are you the only person who makes machines to process cocoa? What are we talking about? No. Let's get real. Chinese people have come here and they are growing cocoa. They are processing cocoa. Let's get real. No, we have to test majority, man. You have to test majority. What are you using it for? Who the two don't go? Go and use it to go and make effective laws in the constitution to secure the economic security of this nation. You have lithium. You say you are giving a 10%. Who says what? The lithium should stay there. The person who will come and dig will give the person 20%. It will not cost us more than 20% of the value of the lithium to pay off the person and keep the 80% and take it to the international market as and when we want to. A bit of a matter example, which is very simple. Me, my dear, my bro, me say me send you a document. Me dey buy machine so me nyam you ya say me fa more ni ma o dia. I'll pay you for your services.
Okay,
pay you for your services and go and do my kenke. If you can, you see the price.
I will not use my machine to grind.
You don't have. You are not the only person who has the machine. Oh, I will get it elsewhere.
Okay, at least mame now say. No, I'll give you your time.
No,
I'll give you
finance. Indigenous people.
Okay.
Ghanaians.
Okay, so focus on the issue. Don't be distracted.
Oh, I'm not.
Now we'll go.
Oh, Mr. Kusi is my papa. He can come into my argument. That one I have no problem. He wants me to come out best. I know that. What I'm saying is that look, you see, it's painful. It's painful to say that we are not taking initiative as a nation. You see, when you're independence, so let your independence politically, economically, and socially. You understand? Let it flow through your people. Currently, we are not economically independent. Politically, co-elections, as this will be my electoral commission. How independent are we? Socially, we are still depending on fruits from outside. Yes. We are still depending on clothing from outside. So we are not independent as a nation as we are. So 68 years of what? That's what I'm saying, that we need to change direction where we are.
But the team is also telling you something. That it's about time for us to reflect, review, and then reset.
I was trying to reflect that Kwame Nkrumah came in with good ideas. And look at how he came in 1951 when he won elections. And even the Cocoa Amendments Bill of 1954, in order to raise funds, kept the money in the Bank of England, not until 1958 or 1961 July, the money was released for us. 43 brand new secondary schools. That is what we currently use. And Ghana was not one country. It was 4 colonial constructs. He used the boarding school system to congregate us, to make us one, that various ethnic groups will come together. Today, my school is 98 years. Though it was not Nkrumah who built it. But it has the same model. Yes, you have Fantis, you have Gas. So today is Founders Day. So they'll come and display and show what. If you go to all the secondary schools, Kwame Nkrumah used the boarding school system. 43 brand new secondary school. You talk about Tema. Tema was a built township. Tema, it was a palm fringe coast with coconut trees aligning it from east to west. That is how Kwame Nkrumah described this in his book, Africa Must Unite. He intentionally built Tema. The sewage systems you see, the water systems you see, they were deliberate to put people there and put industries there. He said in 1961 alone, Kwame Nkrumah built 60 new factories, a coconut oil factory, a bicycle and tire assembly plant, a milk processing factory. Plans were put in place to build the refinery you see today. We had not brought the oil out, but he knew that he had to put a refinery there. He commissioned in 1966. Go and find out. How did we get the dam? It was a Cocoa Amendment Bill that he was able to raise money, 140 million, for the Akosombo Dam. 70 million counterpart funding came from Ghana. From Sasikana no cocoa no tea to no taxi cocoa for no 1954 because he had two cocoa price more world market and he took 71% of the increment because the CSN Ross report had said that if he gave the money to the farmers, there'll be rural inflation that will cause inflation in the countryside and it will come and spiral in the urban cities. So he kept the money and he used it for the motorway. You see the motorway today we travel on. Mr. Kumsi, one say and so one say so the power.
So what happened?
It is in Nkrumah. You say what happened?
So what happened?
So that's what I'm saying. That when Nkrumah set the country in motion and was working and import substitution, dollar and compare samna. We have soap factories here. Everything we needed, he was using import substitution to build a country Ghana for us. He built many of the townships. Then those soldiers I told you and the police people, he decided to go and train, giving them opportunity to come and take over as officers. When they went to wherever they went to learn a bad culture. You understand? Yes, some of them went to Congo. They saw how they melted your man, Patrice Lumumba. So they took decisions, hard decisions against sitting presidents. And when they came back, they brought that idea here into Ghana that they will overthrow and take over. Look at Kotoka. Look at how he was murdered. You see how he was killed? He was stabbed by heart. He was bayoneted by heart. That's the result of overthrowing Nkrumah. You see, Afrifa, 10 years after he had handed over, sitting in his own village, he was brought down to Accra, not having anything to do with past 10 years. He was tied to a stake and shot by firing squad. Go and ask how the others died in their homes. Bakukra or Chaloto. No, Chaloto or Laboni Junction. Yes! A brigadier was part of Kwame Nkrumah's overthrow. No, Chaloto or Tiloto Kiosmu or Laboni Junction. Because they came to destroy the plan that Nkrumah had. Nkrumah had a plan to bring all of Africa together. Look at Guinea. At the time they were going for independence, Charles de Gaulle said that he would not allow. They should wait till 1960. They said they would go in 1958. When they decided to go, they took everything away from Guinea. Even chairs that they had brought the colonial master. So they didn't have anything to start independence. It was that money, the Cocoa Amendments Bill, the money he raised, 191 million pounds, that he gave 8 million pounds to Guinea to start the country Guinea as it is. Mali, the same thing. He had to dole out 40 million. He was thinking about Africa and bringing us together. Do you know our resource worth if we decided to follow Nkrumah's plan to unite? Do you know where we will be today? The world will be looking at us. We will not be looking at Trump. Trump will be chasing us. We have everything. Look, our soils, what can it not hold? Even the soils, what it contains, the minerals wealth of our soils here in Africa. It cuts across. When you read Nkrumah's book, Africa Must Unite, you'll be excited at the extent of knowledge about how he manages to catalog all our wealth as an African people and how that wealth is not used in the interest of Africans, but rather used in the interest of those who come to exploit Africa. So, yes, 68 years, but I've said, I don't think we are politically independent enough. I don't think we are economically independent enough. And I don't think we are socially independent enough. We have to find a way as a country to reshape our thoughts.
So going forward, what
let's
do we do?
Let's use the 2/3 majority.
We are importing tomatoes.
Yes, it's bad.
We are importing onion.
It's bad.
Even pepper.
Yes, it's bad. So you must have deliberate agricultural policies and put people into them and create a market so that they be able to buy it and bring it to. We are not working enough. How do you collapse extension of sales? How do you collapse food distribution? How? As a state, how? America, they have their distribution systems working effectively. How do you collapse all those ones?
Subscribe to channel no, like and share you made ma afofro ensa enkabi. Comment section honso now do adwentre aba makraw ibishia in the next video.
Dedi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase. Na so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.